ain't gonna expose. I'm not like that. I'm not a snitch. Virginity. It's a hush hush topic.
Yeah. They love me.
Let's see if your parents raised you.
It's deeper than the physical.
What up, fam?
Welcome back to the Juxtaposition, everyone. Welcome back.
Lightly. This is why we need headphones for everybody so you can hear your voice. You're not shouting.
Do. That's something that we need to do for the next.
Oh my gosh.
Stop, we're recording.
I believe you. I'm actually just joking.
Okay. Welcome back to the Juxtaposition. I'm your host, Nana.
You should say alongside my co-host.
Oh my God. Let's start it again.
Bernice.
Janet.
Clearly he's lost his touch because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, we got someone out here trying to appreciate it. We are back. Like we said before, we said we're going to be consistent.
And look at us. We're
We
here.
did it. It was not easy. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah, it wasn't. A lot of arguing. Oh, it wasn't arguing.
No, it's just
wasn't a lot of arguing.
rescheduling.
Oh, we're supposed to film on Monday, then it's Tuesday, then it's Wednesday. Now
Well,
it's
you want to
actually
explain? Actually,
Thursday.
I can explain why we didn't film on Monday.
What
No,
happened?
Tuesday.
What happened?
Why didn't we film on Monday again?
Because I got my hair done.
Yes. Janet
Yes,
got
and
her
I was
hair
there
done.
on the phone with her. I was like, "Yo, Janet, like, are we? How long are you gonna be finished? I'm about to be finished at 7."
How you gonna ask
And then we're
someone
there
at a
waiting.
hairdresser when they're gonna
And then Janet's like, Janet's like, she looks at the hairdresser. Well, I don't know. She looks at her.
Yeah, I
She's
did.
like, excuse me, how long is this gonna take?
And then she looked, she's like, about 8:30. I was like,
I'm like, yeah. And then one time, I called her
she's right
again,
though, but yeah.
and then Bernice said, yeah, she sounds like she has that voice that you don't want to talk. And I
No,
was
it's
like,
the voice of "Leave me alone."
and I asked her, I'm like, is this the voice of Leave Me Alone? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, we're going home.
Yeah, so that's why Monday. And then Tuesday, why we didn't record is because this guy wanted to do extra. We're having a water fight with our kids for summer camp, and then the guy pours a whole bucket of water. The whole bucket of water. See, I'm fine with being wet from the top all the way down to my shins or my knees, but when it starts to touch your shoes.
Squishy.
If you've ever been caught in the rain where your feet are soaking and you're wearing socks and running shoes, it does not feel good.
and then you know what she did? She messed up our after
Yeah, like
food date. Me and Nana were talking. We're so excited, like literally
Super excited.
super excited. Like, yo, Moxie's, and we were agreed, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
when-
you wanna get the brownie? Yeah. And
First
yeah,
she said no to recording, and then I'm like, okay. I was fighting with her, and then I was like, yeah, we're going to my. She said, no, I'm going home. I'm going home.
The
Like,
man
no,
is, you expect, you
no,
expect
I-
me to be in
you can take Janet.
squishy shoes, wet shoes, and you want me to go to a restaurant?
Bernice is mean when she
You're
gets
actually
irritated.
really mean sometimes.
I'm sorry.
She just turns. She
Into a
snaps,
monster.
She
She
makes
makes you
into somebody
and then,
else.
do you feel like this when she gets mean with you? You start to think like, oh my God,
What did I
like,
do wrong?
What did I do?
Yeah.
You have that
That's
effect. That's
the-
not good.
That is the point of why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Attention seeker.
I'm not
Anyways,
attention
and
seeker.
then
Yes, you
I go and hop in the car. I go and hop in Nana's car, and then we're like, actually, we want to go with Bernice.
You didn't
I
tell
was
her
like,
that? You
no.
told her?
I was like,
Oh.
I
You
know
tell
you
me
want to
that?
go with her. Like you know, I want to too.
Yeah.
And then I call her, and then she doesn't answer. I was gonna get out the car and hop into
Yeah,
your
we're
car.
like, okay, so maybe you should go
Oh,
back
I
into
didn't-
her
I
car.
didn't hear
the
it.
Of
car.
course, you wouldn't answer your
And then
phone.
she doesn't
And then he had
answer.
to drop me home. And then I had to buy a freaking wrap at
Yeah, you didn't-
Greek.
And I had
whatever
to buy
the Greek.
chili
That was
from
disgusting.
Tim Hortons on
So
my bed. I ate it
disappointing.
on my bed and it was so trash and I went to sleep. But she made it up yesterday. She bought us Galitos and Booster Juice, so we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yes, that's how
But you're mean.
Spoiled little children.
No, you're mean.
you're spoiled. I think we're all
Yes.
spoiled.
I'm not spoiled. I'm the middle child. If you're the middle child, you understand. You're not spoiled. You're only making
One thing
it
I'll
through.
tell the audience is that Bernice likes to play, but when you play with
Oh,
her,
gosh.
she'll be like, why?
That's not true.
You hit why you hit me? Why? I threw water on her, and I apologize for the shoe.
Are we going backwards? We're going forward. Now you're going backwards.
Yeah, you're right.
We already talked about the story
Sorry.
But yeah, that's our story for
this week.
this week. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're here. We made it. We made another episode. Thank you for coming back again, for believing in us. and not leaving us.
Yeah.
So this week, we're gonna be speaking on pride.
Pride is the devil.
It is. It actually is. Like
Think
it
you
is.
got a hold on me. It's a song.
was
Shout out
gonna
J.
say-
Cole.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it
a
is.
cool
Pride
song.
is honestly the devil. It's not.
Maybe that should be the episode
Maybe.
title.
But on this, the reason why I wanted to talk about pride is because like these past weeks, and I've been kind of looking over myself and kind of seeing like the way I think. Sometimes I'm actually really, really prideful.
Give us one thinking pattern you have.
So, for example, like when I do like worship leading specifically, that's where I found myself being very prideful, and it's like in my mind I have like certain ideas and I execute them. So on Sundays when it's like it turns out really well, it's like, oh yeah, I was like, great job, the energy was great, and the following week another leader comes and they sing, I'm like, that was not good. That's not the same. That's not the same level. Like, what is this? It went down. So that's when
Not like trying to diminish what the
not
person-
the no,
But
not
like
saying
the
they're
like
crowd as
production.
yes, like they're
as
yes,
energy.
exactly.
Their energy
They're-
wasn't as
yes.
good as when I
not
was
saying that they're
leading.
what their sound
Oh.
like, not the sound itself, but more so like the energy is not there. So that's when I started kind of like this has happened multiple times where I'm sitting and I'm like, that's not level 10. That's only level 4. So that's where it came in with pride. And I just find like throughout my life, and especially throughout this summer, I just find myself being very prideful, but in a subtle, like quiet way. So yeah,
That is so
that's
true.
where
I mean, not true, like, but I
But,
see,
yeah.
I hear that. That's
so that's where it comes with like pride. So you guys, I know I deal with
God.
pride, but what about
That's
you
one
guys?
of the biggest things. Oh my God, that's one of the biggest. And I was thinking about that while driving to Staples and stuff like that. It's one of the biggest things I'm dealing with right now. I can even give you one. Let me give you one, but don't get freaked out.
Okay.
As a Christian man, you can feel sexually frustrated sometimes, right?
Tell
and
'em.
as a man, yo, I don't want to wait till marriage. Like, oh my gosh, you're telling me I'm gonna have to wait 3-4 years. I don't know. Whenever God blessing me with that, let me go feed my ego and maybe let's see what can. Like, I'm not saying I would do that, but my mind can be maybe think like that. Like, why not? Like, you know, like, and then the way I retract is like, Nana, you're feeding your ego. Like, just because you may want to wait for one girl, but this one girl may not give you play. Now you just want to go because you just want to feel that nice feeling. But it's like, no, you gotta relax.
Yeah.
That's what I have to tell myself. I said, wow, you see what ego can do, pride can do, make you do foolish stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when, and I was caught in that a couple during the week, like frustrated. And it's like when you start to think of the mindset of like, no, slow down. That's when you realize, like, yeah, that's the devil trying to play with me right there. The enemy trying to play with me right there. The thought can come, but what are you going to do on that thought? And I almost went with that thought, like, yeah, maybe I should, like, you know, but low-key, I mean, I ain't got no one to be doing that with. But it's the social media world. You never know. You can just, you know. But, yeah, man, along with so many other stuff, but that's one that stuck out to me. And I was like, I had an epiphany today. I said, oh, my gosh. I can one day blame myself if I continue to let this linger.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What
Jesus.
about you, Jenny?
Sorry.
I think one is like being a sibling of Bernice, or just in general being a sibling. I feel like pride in terms of like I'm the best child, like not the best child.
I know what you mean,
but
Ooh,
like
I have that one. I don't do nothing.
not like I don't do
wrong.
no wrong. Like
I do everything
my
I'm
parents
supposed to
never
do.
get mad at me.
Yeah.
Like I tell them where I need to go. Like I never have any issues, and I was like, I'm a pretty good child. Like I don't know, like I don't make any trouble. Like I think I'm pretty good. So like sometimes like when Bernice be getting in trouble and stuff like that, I be trying to look at her like, Bernice, like come on, like you can do better.
Like I'm the holy one.
Like, you can do better. Learn from me. Like I be thinking that sometimes for real. But nowadays I'm like, I just try to help you. Like okay, like I don't know if that's pride or like
No, that's good.
No, it's good. It's you know.
I don't know what that is in terms of like, let's say if something like you're struggling with, like, well, Bernice doesn't like to tell my mom sometimes where she's
Hey,
going.
don't set it up like that. That's not true.
No, maybe she forgets. Like she's not really good at like communicating that
yes.
information, and my mom needs that just to feel safe and secure and
Yes.
all that, whatever. So she sometimes forgets, and so I try to set something up. I set a group chat in terms of just to help, you know,
Oh, with your mom?
facilitate like everyone, the whole
nice.
family. I'm like, let me facilitate helping her.
At least your mom can text.
Wow. Start hearing
Shout out, Mommy Mary, Mom. I love
Yeah, but facilitate some. So yeah, I feel pride sometimes in terms of like being, and also feeling pride in like. Well, this may be bad, but feeling pride in like not having drama, because sometimes I feel like in terms of like not having something to like
yeah.
say,
There's
like
no
I just
problem,
feel like the
yeah.
person who
you.
just doesn't have anything to contribute
Yeah.
to anything.
I feel like
And
get
it's
mad at
wow.
Janet. Not get mad
Why
at
you get
Janet.
mad at
But I'd be
me?
like,
But
Janet, I
it's just my
can't wait. I can't.
situation.
Sometimes if you talk to Janet, and we talked about that before. It's
Exactly.
like, I'm learning from you guys. Like, I'm laughing. Like, she just be like, but it's coming. Don't worry. It's
But
coming.
I try. That's my pride part of me. But
No, yeah.
I'm even like really. I don't know how.
Janet's
to,
sitting on her holy pillow right now.
I'm
but,
sitting
like,
on my holy
I'm
pillow still.
comfortable.
But all of them, they just want me to crash and burn. And
no,
we don't. No, we don't.
no.
You're
light up
learning
the
from
fire.
us. You learn from others. But from the
Yeah.
point that you said, like, you helping Bernice or like you listening to me and giving me advice, that's you. Like, for me, like when I retract and be like, oh my gosh, like you helping it's in a way of you diminishing the pride and ego festering in you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's one thing you got to take in, that you're actually helping. If you're listening to us and be like, yeah, but not wanting to help,
Yeah.
there's sometimes I do that with people.
Oh.
They be telling me stuff, or other people be telling me something about them. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Just bun you.
Yeah.
You hurt me, bun you.
Yeah.
Right now I'm dealing. Oh, sorry. Right now I'm dealing with that. Right now,
Yeah.
bun you. You offending me, bun you. I'm not even. I'm gonna let you crash and burn, dog.
Yeah.
It's easier to do that.
But that's how
for
the
sure.
enemy works, right? And so, like,
Forgive
I
me,
think
Lord.
for my... What?
I said, forgive me, Lord.
Oh, he is. As long as you repent, he has forgiven. But so also too, the Pastor Olu, one of the pastor that we
Our
our pastor
At
that
our church.
yes, our pastor at our church. He was speaking on pride and how like working and being a kingdom influencer, and how like to be a kingdom influencer you need to start it starts with humility. And I think that's one of the biggest things as to why I feel like I haven't really allowed God to fully use me yet, is because of the pride that I'm dealing with in terms of like questioning my abilities and questioning like him like actually using me, like giving me the things that he says. Like I'm putting it in my own strength, like everything that I'm doing, I'm like not trusting him. Like if I wanted to say, like, for example, write a song, I'm like, God's not gonna give me the words. I'm probably just I probably won't be able to write a song, or to make my to get to a stage where my voice, I'm comfortable with my voice. I'm like, God's probably not going to do that. Like, that's probably not going to happen. Or, especially when it comes to, like, my life in general, like, what am I going to do in the next year and a half? I'm like, I'm probably going to be stuck here. I'm probably not going to do nothing. I'm probably going to be not where I want to be. And so pride honestly leads to you just stifling your own life, like in a way where like it stops you from doing things that you really want to do. Like you want to do something, but it's like your pride is so big that you're actually stopping yourself from doing it. So you really think you're moving forward, but you're actually not going
Holding
anywhere.
yourself back.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say is like perspective too. What if the voice that you think is not at a certain point, it's at the certain
it's the
point.
point where
Yeah,
God
yeah,
has
yeah.
used you. And that's something I've just realized. Like, I've now come to, like, realization over the past couple of weeks. Like, I'm in my head. And that's how, also pride is also just here. It's not just in your heart, but it's also in your head. And I'm like, oh, this is probably going to be horrible. Like, nobody's on point. Everybody's just slacking. The whole team is, like, doing horrible. Or they're not up to my expectations. But then afterwards, you're just like, whoa, like, people are really being blessed through your ministry, through what you're doing. Even though in those moments, sometimes you could be performing, like you're not actually in the worship, like you could actually be performing, and then God just through His grace.
Do you feel like you're performing sometimes?
Sometimes I do, for sure, because I'm like, nobody's responding, so I need to do more. But then it's like, even in the midst of my disingenuous?
Ingenuity or something?
Disingenuous, I think it is. Even in those moments that I feel like, oh, like I'm performing, God still teaches me that, like, if you just humble yourself, like, actually, there's actually one point where He did humble me. That was actually this past Saturday.
When you lost key.
What?
You heard?
No, I'm just
No.
guessing.
No, but
was
it was during the worship time, and I'm like, I was singing no Longer a Slave, and there was a moment where I'm like, I'm singing these words, but it's like, I had to remind myself, I have to let go of that fear of, because fear is also contributing to pride, like pride and fear, and not letting go of the control. That's pride too. So fear was just holding me back from letting God do whatever He wants to do in this season and being okay with it. And I think we've been saying that a lot throughout this whole kind of season, but it's like, genuinely, you have to be okay. Like, okay, God, I'm going to take one step forward. If I do this today, let's see I actually, what's the word I'm looking for? How I overcome this fear.
Yeah, I think we are our own worst enemies.
Oh, definitely.
For sure, because I am my own worst enemy. If I can just imagine, I'm probably just standing in front of myself, just blocking, just playing
Yeah,
defense.
just playing defense.
Wait,
Yeah.
we going.
No,
like,
it's
You know, and it's
true.
like, bro, can you just stop?
Yeah.
Like, stop
It gets
thinking so
frustrating, yeah.
hard. Stop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like, I think you said something to me the other day. So simple, but so powerful. You said, Nana, life's so simple. Why? Or like, life's so short. Like, why? I think she's right. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Just live. Like, it's okay. Like, you know, but it's like,
yeah.
we can be so wrapped up in certain things. It's like, you know, but right now I'm in a season where things are so busy. When things slow down, I owe it to myself to do more. I owe it to myself to trust more. There's no way. Like, there's so many things that I'm holding myself back from because I'm scared. Or I don't trust God for me, like you said, say the right things and stuff like that, you know? So it's like, it's time to take that step. Like, bro, even the other day, I told you that the seniors ministry, they wanted someone to lead small groups. I heard it and I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I watched Pastor Trevor do this for a year.
Yeah, I could do this.
I said, I'm going to do it. And it's not about, because one thing I asked was like, I got super scared. I was like, I'm younger. Are they going to take me serious? But then I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's about, they're older.
That's all.
They can give me
The wisdom. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want that? So I'm not going to hold myself back from it. God willing, if I get it, I get it. If not, then it's okay.
It's just being
You know?
committed, right? Be committed to it and committed to showing up and see where
Yeah.
God leads you in that, ministry. Because it's like, it's a scary pot where you've never touched your toe in, like dipped, like young adults and youth, and that's
Yeah.
your comfortable spot.
Yeah.
But like seniors is like wonderland. Like what can they give me?
Yeah.
Like what can they say to me, or what can I say to them that they're even gonna
You're
listen,
gonna
to
listen
me
yeah.
and take me seriously, not even the other way around too. So
But listen, I tell this girl all the time, juxtaposition people, your voice.
It's not
She
just the
doesn't
voice
listen
in
to
terms
me.
of like, I don't want it, like, it's not just the singing voice, but my actual, like, what I'm saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
like the whole picture of it, like
Yeah.
the worship, but worship like I'm feeling the
That starts with within, though.
yeah, and
And I
that's
think
what I'm
that
saying.
starts
It's-
with your own work that you have to do.
That's what I'm saying, but that comes with my pride and like the
Yeah.
fear of like not being good enough or wanting to be exalted at a certain rate and like having this, like, all these things in your mind. But it's like, and like, I think if you have this false sense of like self, I guess sometimes where we just think like we're so good.
Best at everything.
That's crazy
That's
because I think
everything.
the totally opposite.
Oh yeah, but then that's
Is it
also too.
confidence,
Like there's like
though?
I'm like the low end of it, and you're like the high end of it. I'm like I'm not good enough
Balance.
to do that.
No, but that's what I'm saying too. But then
Balance.
you don't. It's like pride seeps in different ways where you believe certain things. But it's like, where do you run to with those things?
You got to be rooted in
And
God.
you're just that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
we can all think highly of ourselves, but it's like or low of ourselves, right? But like, who do we bring that to, and like, how do we resolve those things when we do feel like that? I just feel like God has really helped me in a way, and praise Him, because to actually identify the times where I'm like, girl, you gotta simmer down. That's pride. The fact that we can actually identify
self-awareness.
is that's grace, because most people cannot.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They actually think it's just like, that's me. That's my personality. If you don't like it, then bye.
Take it or leave it.
But it's not. That's not what it is, right? Like, if you're able to be self-aware enough to realize, oh, whoa, like I need to
I
check
know
that.
what I'm doing. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know the causes to my problems right now is me. I'm not gonna always blame the devil. Yes, the enemy comes and dances in my head,
Yeah.
the
That's
diddy bob.
Yeah.
But no, most of the times it's me being stubborn.
Yeah.
I need to stop.
Yeah. What?
Or standing.
How
in your way,
how
yeah.
have you tried to, like, what are some things that you do to try to overcome the pride bite?
I put myself in it. Like if I'm just thinking about if I don't like someone, let me put myself in it. Let me seep into it. Let me marinate into it. So like all the things you're trying to run from, bro. There's times where I want to leave Toronto. Let me go and live in New York and start over. But what is that gonna prove?
Why is it always the States? You don't want to go to Ghana.
No,
Not even in the province.
You don't want to go to Saskatchewan. None of it.
no.
New
I'm
Brunswick.
going to New York. But I the way I try to deal with it is like let me be in it. Let me just see, so I can prove to myself that like, yo, this is not like you can't run from things. Like it's okay to embrace it. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Is that what they say? Yes. So that's how I take things in. Is that I gotta sit in it. But then sometimes my mind be blah, blah, blah. It takes some time. It takes 5-10 minutes, 20 or an hour. But after that, it gets a little bit easy. So along with other stuff, but I don't want to talk too much.
No, I don't even know. I don't know what I do. I think sometimes I just kind of like I'm very quiet maybe, or I'm like I think about my thoughts in terms of like if I feel. Sorry, repeat the question. I think I'm
I said
losing where I'm going.
I said, what are some ways that you deal with overcoming with the pride bite? Like, what are some things that God has either
Pride,
shown
can
you?
you like elaborate?
Like, what do you do? Like,
When those
The
times where
yeah.
you feel like your pride is getting too high, or like like this past week, you're like, whoa, my pride was way too high, and I allowed myself to.
and also, I just want to add. Sometimes I walk away and I just go pray. I said, "Oh no, I'm too prideful, God. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm too prideful. Oh my gosh, I'm done." Like because
Yeah.
it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much, yo. Sometimes the people that hurt me, sometimes in my head I'll be like, "I thank you," because without that hurt. Listen, you wouldn't be able to be taught anything. Yes, you don't want to be super hurt, but
Yeah.
like things that happen in life, yo, your faith has to be tested,
Right.
So, yeah.
I think I'm just more quiet, or I try to see the good. If it's like, let's example, if it's you or something like that, I just try to see the good in the person, or like, what do they help me with, or what are the skills that I don't have that help me in
that's a good point.
my life.
Yeah.
That like,
But
I
it
can't
ain't,
fucking
it
live without.
doesn't come easy.
And no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's definitely not easy, but I can. There's definitely times where I just look up and just like I would choke her.
Yeah.
in
There'll
her,
be times where
in her
Bernice-
throat.
there'll be times where Bernice
I'm gonna
can
kill her.
tease me.
But
And
then
I'll be
I
like,
don't know how I
nah,
work
she
with her.
doesn't.
Even
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm helping you. I'm actually your
I
helper.
know.
Janet, I'm like her assistant. I'm not even gonna lie. But I'm actually genuinely okay
I
with
think
that.
we're each other's assistants.
Yes, sometimes. But in this season, I feel like I'm more like her support. Like, because usually I would tell Janet, oh, do this, do that. Like, but it's actually the reverse. I feel like it's the reverse. Like, Janet's more so like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And I'm like, sure, no problem. I think this environment is actually teaching me to be humble. Like, to a degree of like, when Jesus says, like, humble yourselves so that
This
you
is
may
what he's
be
talking
exalted
about.
at the right time. Yes.
There's a lot of personalities that I think I've not dealt with. that
Yeah.
are just like, oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Because you
Just
think you
stay
have
calm.
one way. You think you have one way of how things should be.
Very narrow
No-
perspective.
yes, and then you're
come
just
You're
like
used to working
you're
with a
working
certain
with
team.
other people. It's like, how do I now balance like what I have in my mind and what I think works, and
You're better
working
than
with
me.
them and their experience and their thoughts. It's like different angles. I'm like, do we really have to do that? But
Sometimes I just want to say before I forget. Sometimes Bernice be sending me to do stuff. And I be like, I stop. I was like, yo, like, dog, like who's she talking to? Or like, who's demanding
I know
stuff?
today I was speaking a little
Yes.
like
A little rough.
yo,
When
like
I was at Costco,
I know, because
I was
I
at
was
Costco and she's like, no, like, or do they know what to do? Like, I said, yes, Bernice. And I had to talk. I said, Bernice, they're fine. I will
no,
call
the
Nas
reason
right
why,
now.
if I ever do that, even to Janet, it's because I'm receiving it from somebody else.
Who cares?
No, but I'm
That's
still-
why.
And then
You know what the crazy thing is? Wait, hold up, no, hold up.
You can
Hold
only
up.
talk to
I
them
thought
like
yes.
us to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
you,
nobody
yeah,
else.
transferring
the
it.
attitude, she wants to really talk to that person.
Yes,
she's
I'm
giving it to
transferring it
us.
to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
yes.
even just like,
Let me not even say that point.
know
Yes.
what?
No.
Forget it.
Yes. Yes.
it's
No,
not
because I was even thinking about this like today. I said, "Oh, why do Bernice like get like flustered when people be telling? It's like, who cares what they think? Who cares? Who cares?
No, but it's one of those ones I want to say that to them, but I don't have
you
the
can't.
time and the energy to be like doing
Interacting
that.
with that,
So
yeah.
it's like, see, that's why, guys, it's important to have friends, not to work with, but
who understand where
to-
you're coming
yeah,
from.
because if you don't have an outlet to actually release all that you have inside of you, hey, you'll break bridges. You won't have friends at the end. You won't be able to do. You can't work with certain people then.
yeah.
As
know
I
what
was
I
trying
mean?
to say, did she really talk to me like that? She
Sorry,
kinda
I
talked to me kinda
apologize.
spicy.
I knew I did, but it was like, I'm like, because I had a call already, and like,
Who called you? I mean, well, I can't say.
no, I already had a phone call
Yeah.
already, and I'm like, oh, okay, here, come on, what are you doing? Because I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's
I even
also
said
pride.
I'm-
No, that's also pride too, because I don't want to look like a fool. So you need to get it together. That's why I was just trying to tell you. I was
You're
like,
an extension of me.
yeah, so you need to do your part and make sure that you know what you're doing. That's basically why I was like,
I said, Bernice,
spicy.
I'll be back at 2:50. I was even back by 2:45.
You do a pretty good job. I give you kudos to that. Sometimes we be a little bit rough. Ladies can be rough in terms of just like
Yes.
you know, yes,
their tone and how they
Yes.
just like.
yeah, but
Yes.
don't you think like women have? They always say men have big egos and stuff, but I honestly think women have very big.
I was like,
egos.
who you talk? Why you talking to me like this? I didn't
Especially
do
if you come from a
anything.
household that is that is more independent based, where
Yeah.
the women are more the ones who are
Leading or forward, yeah.
that ego is high, and I definitely have to work on
I
that
can do all
because it
that by
will mess
myself.
you up when it comes to getting in a relationship. It
Yeah.
cannot work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both people have to be humble, but I'm saying if a woman is like really
Yeah.
Get away, please.
it cannot work. So women,
Please.
please let's humble ourselves, because we will be exalted at the right time, and God says it and He promises that. So if you believe in His word, just know that humility is the way to go. You don't
Yeah.
want to destroy your life because you're too prideful.
I learned so much this week, man. Holy, every day was something
Yeah.
new. Every day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This
A lot
was
of
good
patience.
Conversation. So,
Well,
what time are we at? What are we at?
I don't know.
Okay, it doesn't show.
It does, but it doesn't matter.
We're-
And we
Wow,
have
someone
we have a
just
special
walked
guest.
in.
Oh,
Come here, come here, come here.
The man
It's
walked-
okay. He doesn't like
literally-
being on camera. Our new editor in chief. Hey, Maza, Braha, come here.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's not ready to be introduced yet. But
2 minutes, 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes.
But yes, that's our special behind the scenes guy is
Yeah.
Manzi. Shout out to him. He's
Yeah.
cool.
He's
He's
joining
the crew
Yeah.
alongside with our Kenneth.
Okay.
Kenneth.
Our Kenneth.
Our Kenneth.
Okay.
So, but yeah, guys, if you're dealing with pride, honestly, I say give it to God. Like, you don't want to live your life filled with pride because it will lead to destruction. Nobody
Spiral out of control.
nobody
You'll
becomes
crash.
successful through pride. It's impossible. Something in your life will be destroyed.
Yeah.
So whether it's relationships, your work, anything, it's gonna be destroyed. So give it to God. Allow Him to humble you and just break that heart of yours.
Break every chain.
Anyways, if you haven't followed us yet, you know what to do.
Come
Actually,
on.
if you don't know what to do, I will tell you what to do.
Yes.
Go to Instagram and follow us. It's the Juxtaposition Podcast, _, or you can go to. Actually, you can follow us on Spotify as well. The
Yes,
Juxtaposition
please.
Podcast. Rate us 5-star.
Yep.
YouTube. Check us out. Check our videos out. You can see our faces instead of hearing our voices. Or because it's so
Yeah.
cool when you see people's faces and their voices are like, oh, I didn't think they would look like that.
Yeah.
So check us out on there. And
Come on, is devil.
Yeah. Comment, like.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share it with a friend.
do all that good
Maybe
stuff.
we'll have a next giveaway soon. You never know.
And we'll see you
Later.
Later.
Bye.